Hello everybody, ProtoFox here, coming back at you with another video. I am back on my deck tech BS. Got some magic deck techs to go over with you. Hopefully you want to see them because I want to share them with you. And if you don't, well, you can go tune in somewhere else. I kid. Don't go anywhere. We're going to talk about magic. I love magic. I love doing deck techs. I love sharing my decks with you guys. I love sharing them while being on this sweet, sweet Pauper Guild Playmat. Links in the description down below. Today, we are going into the Modern format. One of three formats I enjoy playing. As you hear my dog barking like a fool real quick. But one of the three formats I enjoy playing. I have in front of you one of the most notorious, maybe not notorious, well-known tribal decks. We've got slivers, so let's go over slivers. Creatures first, we've got 4 Gale Rider slivers. Single blue for a flying 1/1. I'm already stumbling all over this. Single blue mana for a 1/1 sliver that gives all your slivers flying. Sliver creatures you control have flying. Boom. There we go. We've got 4. Count them, 4. Diffusion slivers. Single generic and a blue for a 1/1 sliver that reads, when a sliver creature you control becomes the target of a spell or ability an opponent controls, counter that unless they pay 2. Boom. Slivery payoffs. What else we got going on here? We got two Gemhide slivers. In this slot, most builds will actually run Manawef sliver. Gemhide does virtually the same thing, except it reads all. Okay, and let me go ahead and read it to you. Gemhide is a generic and a green sliver, 1/1. All slivers have add 1 mana of any color. Manaweft is slivers you control. I had already dumped quite a few bucks into this deck, so I figure I'm gonna save with the Gemhides. But boom, we got that. We got 2 Gemhides. We've got 4. Count them, 4 predatory slivers, generic and a green for a 1/1 that gives sliver creatures you control +1/+1. We know what tribal stuff is happening here, as I'm really not keeping all the stuff here. I'm kind of sending them off camera. Why am I doing that? Why would I do that? ProtoFoxy, why would you do that to your friends watching your videos? Why would you do silly things that way? Anyway, moving right along. We've got Sinew Sliver. Single generic and a white for a 1/1 sliver. All sliver creatures get +1/+1. More pumps. That's what you want to do. You're pumping your tribal stuff. Hopefully your opponent is not playing slivers, so they don't get the same effects. We got a striking sliver here. We got 2 of them. Single red for a 1/1 that gives all your slivers. Can you read that? And let me center that here. I'm being so unprofessional. Slivers you control have first strike. There we go. Oh, excuse me. And we've got 3 Sedge slivers. 2 generic. Ooh, let's get that there. 2 generic and a red. For a 2/2 sliver, all sliver creatures have this. Creature gets +1/+1 as long as you control a swamp. Ooh, excuse me. All slivers have black. Regenerate this permanent. Give me a second. There we go. We got 3 Sedge slivers. I gotta get some water here. I kind of dried. Tasty water. Obviously, I don't have the deck off camera. You can see what's coming up next. We've got Single Imperial Recruiter. He's a 2 generic and a red for a 1/1 advisor, human advisor. When it comes into play, search your library for a creature card with no greater than 2 power. Reveal it and then put it in your hand. Shuffle your library afterwards. Obviously, all our slivers are 1/1s, so we're, oh no, 2/2. Sedge slivers 2/2. Duh. So we got the Sedge sliver, but yeah, obviously they can be searched up. Next up, we've got 2 Cloud Shredder slivers. Sliver creatures you control have flying and haste. More pumped up, or not pumped up, more tribal goodness. And then, last creature in the deck, we've got Unsettled Mariner. Proto, that's not a sliver. It's Shapeshifter. Yes, it is. Unsettled Mariner. It is a blue or a white and a blue for a 2/2 Shapeshifter. It's changeling, so it's got every creature type. When a permanent you control becomes a target spell or ability your opponent controls, counter that unless they pay 1. Boom. So, all our creatures doing all the stuff they need to be doing. You know, that's how tribal decks work. You want your creatures doing all that stuff so you don't have to run a bunch of different spells and effects, and you can just go ahead and slam a bunch of mutant slivery goodness down. On to the spell package. We've got 3 collected companies, 3 generic and a green. For an instant, that says, look at the top 6 cards of your library. Put 2 creature cards with converted mana cost 3 or less from among them onto the battlefield. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. Yeah, that's every single sliver in the deck. Boom. For some removal, we've got 2 dismembers, and then this is from the secret lair. So that's really cool. Dismember. Instant. It's generic, and then 2 black Phyrexian. You can pay 2 life for each Phyrexian. Target creature gets -5 till end of turn. Boom. We've got 4 Aether Vials. Single generic for an artifact that says at the beginning. Oh, let's get that over there. Woo! At the beginning of your upkeep, you may put a charge counter on an Aether Vial, and then if you tap it, put a creature card with converted mana cost equal to the number of charge counters on Aether Vial from your hand onto the battlefield. Boom! So that gets you around Blood Moon. I should have known better, because the times I played this and got Blood Mooned, and the first time I played this, I got Blood Mooned and got incredibly tilted. And it was like, probably should have kept going with Aether Vial. But anyway, mana base time. Mutavault. We know what Mutavault does. We got 4 of them. Adds a colorless. Tap 1, it becomes a 2/2 shapeshift, 2/2 creature with all creature types, shapeshifter, changeling, whatever you want to call it, blah, blah, blah. It's still land. Nice, beautiful, foily Mutavaults. We got 4 of those. We've got 4 Sliver Hives. Adds a generic. Adds 1 color to your mana pool. Spend it only to cast slivers. 5 generic and tap it. You can put a 1/1 sliver on the battlefield. A colorless sliver. Activate this only if you control sliver. More slivery payoffs. Boom, boom. We've got 3 Cavernous Souls. We know what Cavernous Souls does, but I'll go ahead and read it to you. You choose creature type as it enters battlefield. 1 generic. Adds 1 of any color. Spend this only as 1 color of or 1 mana of any color to your mana pool. Blah 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 blah. Spend that mana only on the chosen creature type. Boom. We've got 3 Polluted Deltas. We've got an Arid Mesa. 4 fetch lands. We've got an Indatha Triome. We've got a Breeding Pool. Watery Grave. Godless Shrine. Sacred Foundry, and a single swamp. That is the mana base of the deck, and that is Modern Slivers. This deck, again, I'm coming more into just playing a lot of ridiculous tribal decks, and this is definitely a ridiculous tribal decks. People start seeing slivers hitting the field, and they get immediately irritated, but it's a lot of fun. Is it top tier? Can it steal games? Yeah. It's just a fun deck. If it looks like it's up your alley, I know there's a lot of expensive cards in there. Sliver Hive is like a $15 card right now. Cavernous Souls is Cavernous Souls. Fetch lands, different stuff like that. Aether Vials. It is an expensive build. Thankfully enough, I spent not all of it in money. Did some trades, all that good stuff. But it looks like it's up your alley. Get it together, give it a try. It's definitely a lot of fun. Mutiny goodness, overrunning the field, irritating your opponents. Make sure you play around that Blood Moon with Aether Vial, and don't be like me and get tilted. All that being said, hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a like. If you did, shoot a subscribe my way. I would greatly appreciate it. That is the main deck, by the way. Your sideboard is dependent on your local meta. Like, if you did, subscribe. Greatly appreciate it. I'll leave you all with this. Wash your hands. Wear your masks if you choose to protect yourself and your fellow human beings. Be kind to those said human beings. I will see you next video. Link in the description for your sweet, sweet Pauper Guild Playmat.